Hi everyone, this is Corey, the Uper Linen Lady with Superior Finds Reselling Adventures. And today we are going to dive into Department 56 and the price that you can find some of these village houses. They are just incredible. And for those of you who pass by the Christmas village houses and thrift stores and estate sales and yard sales, don't do it. These are so easy to ship, and all you have to do is have an eye for detail and preferably ship them with their original boxes. But if they don't have the boxes, then you just wrap them carefully. And like I said, they are very, very easy to ship. Now, Department 56, it was founded in 1976 by a florist in Minneapolis. They were inspired by just the way, the Christmas looked in a neighborhood with all the pretty lights. And then it just exploded from there. I believe that Dickens Village was the first themed village that Department 56 had, and that was back in the 80s. So right now, what I want to show you is my one of the items I have in my store that is Department 56. Now, I acquired this Youngling Tavern from an estate sale. Now, it was in a box, so I think I paid $20 for this whole entire bin with a few other items besides that at this estate sale. And this was in the bin with the original box, and here's the original box. And I looked it up and I said, oh, this is absolutely perfect. So right now I have it listed for $225.99. And this will be very, very easy for me to ship because since it's in the original box, I still wrap it with medium size bubble wrap and tissue paper just to give it some cushion. But yeah, other than that, so easy. Let's get into this now. And I'll show you what's selling. Now, I'm going to start at around the $500 mark. This sold for $499.99. This is Elvis Presley's Graceland Special Edition. So yeah, this is just his Graceland mansion. Now, a few years ago, I'm going to also let you all know, I went to this estate sale. This estate sale was the estate sale of estate sales because this person loved QVC, and they had so many Department 56 Christmas in the City items. It was awesome. I bought a lot of the items, and I did very, very well. So yeah, this is Elvis Presley Graceland. And you're going to also find with Department 56 is that they do have the themed villages, like this series right here from Peanuts, Charlie Brown, right? This is Pigpen's house. This sold for $500. And it only has one picture, but on one picture is all it needed. And then we have Department 56 Halloween, the Cemetery House. And I will let you all know that Department 56 is not just for Christmas. It has the Halloween houses. It has the Easter houses. And you can find these anywhere, everybody. You really, really can. Let's see, about 3 years ago, I was in an antique shop and I saw a lot of Department 56 items still in the box. They were about $25. I bought them all, and I ended up getting between $200 and $500 for each village piece. And a lot of what I acquired was from Easter. So it was like a little Easter village. And I remember the antique owner, he told me that it belonged to his sister and she was just trying to get rid of it. So yeah, people don't understand that some of these items are very, very hard to find and are in demand. So here's a popular series. This is the Alpine Village series. This is just a Christmas market pyramid booth. This was a Canadian sale. It sold for $799.99. US dollars was $579.07. Okay. And then we have the Grinch Who Stole Christmas. This is Who's with Sweets, Dr. Seuss. So yeah, these are just figures. These are just little figures. And they sold for $599.99. So that is why I'm telling you all, do not pass these up. Even if it's broken or chipped or missing a piece or two, you know, they will sell for less, right, than what they're, the nicer ones are selling for, but they will still sell. So let's go to the next one. And we have Gimbel's department store from the movie Elf. This is a fun one. There we go. Here's that. This sold for $599.99. And we have another Alpine Village. This is a ski lodge. So it doesn't even look like it's special, right? You know, I do find a lot of the Dickens Village in the thrift stores, and those are the ones that were made in the 80s, and I will let you guys know that yes, those do not sell for very much at all. They might sell for between $15 and $25 a piece, right? But you just never know, and I'm going to show you something that's very surprising here. It's coming up, but yeah, this is another Alpine Village piece, and it's just a ski lodge. It sold for $625. So very, very nice. Now this is fun. This is Margaritaville Lighthouse figurine. So this sold for $700 and it was on auction. So let's look at these bids here. I mean, there were 60 bids and it started at $49.99. So I don't know if this seller knew what they had or wasn't sure, so they just started it lower. But yeah, $700 this sold for everybody. Very nice. And yeah, it's the Lighthouse, Margaritaville. Very cool. And here is a bridge. This is the Brooklyn Bridge from the Landmark series. Very, very nice. This sold for $725. And this one's a fun one. This one is a Harry Potter piece. This is 4 Privet Drive, where Harry grew up. And then it has the inflatus piece. So yeah, it has the figurine right next to the house. And just so you all know, I try not to get anything with more than one house, any listing, just so you all know that this pretty much sold individually for $749.99. And then we have figurines again, guys. This is just a little tiny figurine. Now, what makes this special is because it's from the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation movie. Okay, this is Todd and Margot. They sold for $799.99. And see, this is a Dickens Village, everybody. This is a Dickens Village. Now, this is the Cottage Mill. It was a limited edition, though. That's what makes this special. Also sold for $799.99. So yeah, I apologize that this does not have the amount that it sold for. And I'm thinking maybe it sold for that amount and it was a return and now it's relisted. So that could be it as well, everybody. And see right there, there is a chip, but it doesn't matter because this was a limited edition piece. Then we have everyone's favorite, The Nightmare Before Christmas, Lock, Shock, and Barrel. This piece sold for 799 cents as well. Very cute. It's still in the box. Here's another Harry Potter. This is Ollivander's Wand Shop. Now, I guess this is a more rare piece. This sold for $850. Very nice. But yeah, you wouldn't even really know that this was Harry Potter unless you looked at where it says Ollivanders, right, in between those two windows right there. So here's a very popular series as well, A Christmas Story. This is, again, just a figurine, and it is titled I Won, I Won, I Won. Everyone, this sold for $900. So if you find this piece, you won, and you won, because this would be an awesome find. And then we have Christmas in the City, which I really like this series. It has all of the famous buildings in New York City. This sold for $899, and this is the Flatiron Building. Very cool. And again, we have A Christmas Vacation. This is the department store, Beaumont and Company. $899 is what this sold for. And then we have the Art and Architecture series, okay, which is very interesting. This is Nighthawks, Christmas in the City, Retired. So the Christmas in the City was the series, and then like the Art and Architecture was the series coming from Christmas in the City, if that makes sense to you. $999 is what this sold for. And this sold for, sold on one bid. And then we have The Grinch again. This is the Whoville Banquet Hall. This sold for $1,000, everybody. So yes, this one piece sold for $1,000. And that is just incredible. And the reason why a lot of these are selling so high is that Department 56 does not keep them in circulation. They make so many and then they retire the series. So it makes them more collectible. So this is an interesting piece. This is Department 56 Cathedral Church, Original Snow Village. So this is one of the pieces, the beginning pieces of Department 56. So this sold for $1,100, $1,100, okay? Don't know why I couldn't say that. But look at this. You would pass right by this and think it was, I don't know, maybe a cheap knockoff that you got from the dollar store, right? Because of the, look at the, how they have the window there. It's very crude, right? And here's the back. So this is actually, okay, everyone, this is actually 1980. This was not 1970s. However, it's still sold. And it doesn't appear to have the light either. But that's, you know, so back in the 80s, you just put string lights in there. They didn't come with their own light and cord, right? And like I said, this was their first series. This is when Department 56 was just a baby. Okay, then again, we have A Christmas Story. This is the Leg Lamp Factory. So very iconic. This sold for $1,199. Very amazing. And I still have a few more to go too, everyone. So this is getting pretty high here. So next up is the Christmas in the City Empire State Building. This sold for $1,499.99. This is, okay, so this is new, but was missing the protective plastic wrap on the outside of the box. But yes, this is the Empire State Building. Very, very beautiful, very nice. $1,499.99. Incredible sale. Okay, now this is again another Margaritaville. Flip Flop Repair Shop. This sold for $1,599.96, everyone. So Margaritaville. These were made, do you see the date right there? 2018. So they're not even that old, the Margaritaville series. Pretty amazing. All right, we have two more. What do you all think will be the series? Just think about it. Pause this, think about it, and let's see if you get it right. And, okay, this is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Boss Shirley's House. This sold for $1,900, everyone. Almost $2,000 this sold for. Look at that. Now that is quite amazing. And yeah, this came with the box as well, so that's a good thing. This was the Snow Village series. Okay, and now we're at the last one. And the last one is, and you all can make a drum roll if you want to, Department 56, Margaritaville Volcano Club. And you all look at this price, $4,499. So this sold for $4,500, everybody. Margaritaville, you know, Volcano Club, crazy, crazy money. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. And this video, I mean, it's, you know, Christmas sells all year, right? Christmas sells all year, and most thrift stores sell Christmas all year. And estate sales always have Christmas items, and so do garage sales. People don't know what they have, everybody. And so, you know what? You may find someone at a yard sale just wanting to get rid of their Christmas village or their mother's Christmas village just because it takes up too much space. So never ever turn your back on a Christmas village piece, because you never ever know how much it will go for. So please like and subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I will catch you on the next video.